Hello everyone, this is Unit 3, Formative 1. This is our first video and it is rate of change, which is also known as slope. Alright, rate of change or slope is the change that a line makes, a rise over the run. Okay, so I'm going to plot these 2 points and I'm going to connect them. So the first one is 3, 2. Alright, and then -1, -4. Okay, so these 2 points have a line between them. Okay, now the rate of change or slope is the change in the line rising over the change in its running. Okay, so a couple things you need to remember is positive is up, negative is down, to the right is positive, to the left is negative. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to draw a line, okay, some lines actually, that connect these two so I can find the rate of change or the slope in those. So I want to know from the first point, okay, or from this point to this point, how much did my line rise? So I'm going to go ahead and just draw a line. Okay, now you notice it's a vertical line. When we do slope, we always do horizontal and vertical lines so we can count in units. It's a lot easier. Okay, and remember when you count that you always start with 0. So I'm here and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this rose 6 and it's positive because it went up. Okay, you notice I just went to where the other point is. Now I'm going to check and see how much did it run. Okay, so again I'm going to right so we know it's going to be positive and I count where I'm at. Okay, that's 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this ran 4. Okay. Slope again is the rise of the line over the run. Okay. So my line rose 6 and it ran 4. Okay. Now slope again is a ratio, so never change it to a mixed number. You do have to reduce it, but never change it. So this would be reduced to 3/2. Do not change it to 1 1/2. Okay. So my slope of my line is 3/2, which means for every 3 units we went up, I went right 2 units, okay, because they're both positive. Right? Let's look at another one. Okay, here are 2 more points. I'm going to go ahead and plot them. All right, -5, 3. Okay, and then 3. Oops, that's supposed to be a -2. Sorry. And then 3, -2. Okay, now connect them. All right, now I want to see how much my slope is in this line. So again, I want to do rise over run. Okay. So I want to find out from one point, and it doesn't matter what point you use, I'll show you in a second, but I'm going to figure out my rise. Again, slope is rise over run, okay, and slope is represented by the letter M. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to draw my line down until it's even. Okay. Then I'm going to count. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I went down 5, so this is -5. Okay, now I'm going to check my run. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. Okay, all right, so I start here. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is 8, and I went to the right, so it's positive. Okay, so my rise is -5. My run is 8. Okay. Now you notice the slope is negative. Okay. All right. So if you look back at the other one was positive, this one's negative. Now you can also start from this point here and see how much you rose. Now if I start at this point and I'm going to meet the other point, I should still be rising 5. Okay. Now you notice I'm starting down here and I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now this is a +5. Okay, now I'm going to run to the other point. Okay, so we're starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. However, I'm going 8, but it's left, so this is a negative 8. Okay, so here my rise is 5 and my run is negative 8, and those are equivalent. So it doesn't matter which point you use, okay, as long as you know if you're going up it's positive, down is negative, to the right's positive, to the left negative. Okay. Alright, here's a couple examples. Our first one we did was a positive slope. Okay, this is a positive slope. A positive slope is uphill. Okay, and you always go left to right. So a positive slope will always be a line that's going uphill from the left to the right. Make sure you get that down. You will need that. And a negative slope, okay, is going downhill, okay, from left to right. Okay, so this one started at the left, and if you follow it, it goes downhill, so that's a negative slope. Okay. Now there's two special occasions. These two occasions are a slope of 0, which is this one here. Okay, this one has a rise. You actually can see a rise of 0 and a run of, it doesn't, like 4. Okay, so that slope is 0. Okay, think about skiing. Okay, if you're skiing on this line, you are actually not going anywhere. Okay, so it's like a 0 gravity is helping you out, so this slope is 0. Now the undefined slope, this is something that is not possible. On this one, we can rise 4, but the run is 0, okay, which you cannot divide by 0, that's undefined. Okay. So make sure you get this in notes. Positive slope goes uphill, negative slope goes downhill. A 0 slope, okay, is a horizontal line. Undefined is vertical, okay, that cannot happen. Alright, so now steepness of a line. So here we have a graph, and this graph is of a train and a car taking off, and the speed and the time it takes to get where it's going. So the car, you can see here, this is the car's line, and here's the train. Lines have steepness, okay? Now, a flat line, or a line with no steepness, is my horizontal line. Okay? So that's a flat line, no steepness. Now, a steep line is a line that's almost vertical. Okay, so that would be an example of a steep line. You can also go that way. Even though that one's negative, it's still a steep line. Okay? So if we were looking at this graph where time increases, okay, as we go to the right, and distance increases on my y-axis, okay, which one, the train or the car, has the fastest slope or the steepest line? Okay. And that would be the train has the steepest line. Okay. And the car has the least steep, or it's closer to flat. Okay. So, some interesting information. The first time 911 was used, it was used in Lincoln, Nebraska. Have a great day.